Hey guys! So, I hope you all are having a super happy Sunday. We are having a lazy Sunday here, relaxing and just enjoying some time unplugged. And I just got the kids down for a nap. And Sundays are my planning days where I plan out my week and I really try to create a schedule for us that's going to work, that'll help all of us to thrive on a routine of some sort. So, I'm really big on time management and routines and creating a schedule for your family because I've seen firsthand the effects that it has on my kids in the most positive way. So I have had a lot of you guys recently who are maybe just now starting to work from home, or maybe you're considering having a business that you do from home, or maybe you're just getting started with working from home with your new business, or whatever that might look like for you. I've had so many questions in the last week with women just wanting to know how to do it all. How do you work from home with your kids at the capacity that you do? I feel stuck or I feel lost. And so I wanted to come on here and just kind of give you guys a live planning session of sorts for what it looks like for me to plan out my week with my kids, and show you guys kind of what it looks like, help you guys to understand that as a mom and as somebody who works from home, your schedule's never going to be perfect, and to help you guys really find something that's going to work for you. So for me, I have a planner. It's called the Rise Up Planner. It's a business planner that I use. I think there's like a personal version of it as well. But I like this planner because it has the whole week laid out for you. So what I do, the very first thing I do when I sit down to plan out my week is I go through my events, go through my calendar, and I look at anything that is like set in stone. Like there's a date, there's a time, there is something that's already established. Like I have to be there at this time. I can't personally change the time of that thing. And so I write all of those things into my planner. So you can see each day I have a little bit of something that is going on. So whether that's with your business, that's with a doctor's appointment that you have, that's with, I don't know, for me, it's like my small groups that I lead. It's different training events that I'm attending for my business. It's the live workout that I host on Saturdays. It's an event that I'm attending live on Zoom on Saturday in the morning as well. And so I just put all of that out on my calendar so I can see it. I have alerts for it in my phone, so I get reminded of it because this isn't always right in front of me. So I make sure that I have all of those things. I do use this planner and my phone planner just because, again, my phone is usually with me and my planner is not always next to me. So I have all of those things laid out. I have alerts for like 30 minutes before those things start and 5 minutes before they start on my phone so that I get alerted, hey, this is your next step. The next thing I do is I really think about, this is for the moms out there, I really start to think about what it is, like what times of day my kids are really the most happy, the most, like the easiest to manage. And that's when I start to plan in different things that don't require my full attention on them. So obviously my family is my first priority, so they get my whole day. But I have to plan in little things with my business, with my workouts, with things that I'm leading at church, that kind of stuff. I have to find ways to fit that stuff in. And I can't just go into my day like, oh, hopefully it'll happen at some point. I like to have a plan so that I can be the best mom that I can be in the moments that I'm mom. And then I can be the best whatever version of Brooke you need, coach, mentor, friend, whatever, when I'm in those moments. And so for me, I know that my kids, the first thing I want to schedule in is my workout. My personal time is usually before they wake up, so I don't have to really schedule that in. I wake up an hour to an hour and a half before my kids, so like 4:30 or 5 every day. They're up by 6. And that's when I do my quiet time. That's when I do my personal development reading. I'm reading a really great book right now called Today Matters by John C. Maxwell. That's when I do my prayers. That's when I am cleaning out my inbox, checking messages from people, that kind of stuff. Very simple tasks, nothing that requires a lot of thought other than like my quiet time because that's my main focus. So I do that, and then the boys are usually up by 6. So 6 o'clock, I'm shutting down my computer and I'm getting into just being mom. So I already know from 6 to 7 is like morning snuggles, breakfast, getting the kids ready for the day, that kind of stuff. And usually that goes into about 7:30. So then I know, okay, well, they've been fed, they've been snuggled, we've had some time together. They're happy kids right now. They are ready for, like, they're going to be okay if I have a little bit of time to do something that I need to do. And so that's when I start a house chore. So I keep a list of the different house chores that I do on certain days. So Mondays, I clean downstairs. I vacuum, mop, dust all the downstairs. Tuesdays, I do all the bathrooms in the house. Wednesdays, I do the boys' room. Thursdays, I do my room. And then Fridays, I do the office and Luke's room. So I keep it super simple. I do 1 load of laundry a day. I usually start that first. So as soon as it's like, okay, it's going to be house chore time around 7:30, I then will say, okay, I'm going to start a load of laundry, and then I go into whatever that chore of the day is. Those chores, I try to space it out to where they only take me like 30 to 45 minutes because, again, time crunch, kids are needy. They help me with those things though. So that's not something I do while they're like doing something else. They're usually doing it with me. So they get a rag and they wipe the walls or they do whatever, help me fold the laundry or sort the socks, that kind of stuff. So that's between 7:30 and 8. And then I know, because we've spent the last 2 hours from 6 to 8 together, at 8 o'clock, like they're pretty good. So then from there, I can go into my workout, and we usually work out outside in the garage. So they can ride their bikes, they can play ball, they can run around and be crazy. Whatever it looks like for them, whatever they want to do outside, they're welcome to do it as long as they're not hurting themselves or somebody else. And so 8 o'clock is when I usually schedule in my workout time. That's usually about a 30 to 40 minute workout, and so we work out. And then as soon as the workout's done, we go on a walk. And the boys will take their bike, I walk, I run. We just kind of do something together as a family. Again, I took my attention all morning to them, and then I did my 30-minute workout, and now it's back to them. And so now we're going on a walk, we're having fun, hanging out. We come back, it's usually about 9:30, and that's when I get Luke down for his nap. I take a quick shower because #mom-of-3-life, showers are hard, but when I only have 2 kids awake, a shower is pretty simple. Sometimes they'll take a bath while I shower in my bath. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they just watch a show, but that's just time for them to kind of rest. We just had a bunch of activities outside, and so they're okay with just relaxing for a little bit. So I take a quick shower. So then by 9:30, I'm ready for the day, and now we get into their schoolwork because Luke is usually asleep till 10:15. So we get into their schoolwork about 9:30, and this is not perfect, you guys, and I really want to say this at this point because I feel like a lot of people right now, and I did a live about this the other day, a lot of people right now are feeling the pressure of seeing what everybody else's schedule looks like and how perfect it looks and how everything is like on time and just going as planned. And I want to encourage you guys and let you know that that is not the case. Half of the time, it's like 9:30 or 10 by the time I'm getting Luke to sleep and I still haven't showered, I still haven't done homework. This is a goal. This is like a rough schedule that I create for myself. And if I start to notice a trend where it really doesn't work, I look at what I can remove from that expectation of myself and I remove it. Because the expectation is going to put pressure on me and it's going to make me feel stressed out and less than and overwhelmed. And that's not the point of having a schedule. That's not the point of having a routine. And so if you notice that things are just not working out, maybe you can't fit in that chore before your workout, you cut out the chore. Who cares? The house is it's going to be there tomorrow for you to clean. So cut out the chore, be mom, then go into your workout. And it's really important that you guys do those things so you don't overwhelm and stress yourself. So again, 9:30 or 10, if the boys are up for it, I'm like, hey, you guys want to do some homework? Usually they're like, yeah, cool. Or sometimes they're like, no, we just want to play outside. So then we just go play outside. I'm not putting that pressure on myself. My kids are only 4 and 2. So if you have older kids and they have to do homework, that's a different story. You got to make them do it. But at 4 and 2, like I can go teach them outside about nature. I could teach them colors, and we can count rocks. We can do all kinds of learning activities outside if we really wanted to. So we spend the next hour to an hour and a half of just time playing with them from 9:30 to 10:30 or 11. Then usually around 11 is when I have a call for work on certain days of the week. And so they are playing outside. I set them up with toys in their room, whatever that might look like. I set them up with some kind of playtime, some kind of activity. I get on my work call. I finish my work call. It's lunchtime, just back to mom mode, focus on them. And then usually around 1 o'clock, I try to have my kids in bed for their naps. And this is something that I've been intentional with since they were all born. 1 o'clock has always been nap time. And so it's not something that just happened one day and I just got lucky and they all napped at once. I had to work at it. I had to create a routine for us where they knew that it was lunchtime and then it was nap time. And if they don't want to nap, it's quiet time. And so they lay in their bed and then usually they'll fall asleep. So you have to be intentional with it and not expect your kids to just all of a sudden take a nap or all of a sudden be quiet at quiet time or all of a sudden want to do schoolwork or all of a sudden want to let you do your workout for 30 minutes. it takes you being consistent and intentional for them to latch on and take that and say, okay, this is our new thing. Like, this is just what we do. So my kids know at this point that this is pretty much our schedule. And so as I look at my week and I look at all the different things I have going on, I just plug in those things that I want to do every day. I want to have a quiet time. I want to have prayer time. I want to read my book so I can get some personal development in. I need to work my business at some point. I want to get my workout done. And then I have the other little things I do. And then I also want to make sure that I'm a great mom, because that's my biggest priority. And so being intentional with looking at a calendar and writing it all out, what you start to notice is there's a lot more white space than you thought. There's a lot more areas where you can fit in certain things. When I look at this with just the things that I have to do this week, there's a lot of room for me to add in the little things. So I might write in my workout every day at 8 o'clock, and then schoolwork at 9:30, and the playtime between 10 and 12, whatever that looks like for us. And I write it all in. I use an erasable pen, and if it doesn't work out, I erase it. And I just move on, because again, they're kids and they are young kids, so they are not used to, they're not going to be perfect. There's going to be tantrums. There's going to be days that they don't want to do certain things, and you have to be able to adapt to those things. So I just want you guys to know, as moms, as fellow moms, most of you that are watching are probably moms, don't put pressure on yourself with your schedule. Don't make it like it has to be this perfect thing where you're following it item by item. But make it a goal to write out what you want to do for that day, and try to find a routine that works for you guys. If maybe 1 o'clock doesn't work for nap time, change it to 2, and maybe 2 doesn't work. Whatever that looks like. Your kids don't nap. That's okay. That's what works for me. And that's what I want you guys to be encouraged with. Is a lot of you guys follow me and you see my stories and you see what I'm doing and you're like, well, I want to do that. And that may not work for you. And I want you guys to understand that that's okay. What works for me may not work for you, but you're going to find something that's going to work for you the more that you're intentional with trying to figure out what it is that is going to work for you. So this is the routine that works for us. I'll go over it one more time and then I'll end the call. So 4:30 is quiet time, prayer time, personal development time. 5 to 5:30, I do personal development, and then 5:30 to 6, or until my kids wake up, I work on my business in whatever capacity. 6 to 7 or 7:30 is just time with the kids, hanging out, breakfast, snuggles, whatever. 7:30 to 8 is house chores. 8 to 8:30 is my workout. 8:30 to 9 is going on a walk, hanging out outside with the kids. 9 to 9:30, I shower. 9:30 to 10 is schoolwork and Bible study time. 10 to 12 is usually just random playtime. We do whatever we can. That's when I schedule in different work calls that I might have. 12 o'clock, we start lunchtime. We do lunchtime for the whole hour. 1 o'clock is when we start getting them settled for nap time. And then from 1 to 3 is my business hours. So whether they are asleep or not, from 1 to 3, I'm working my business. So they can come in here and they can hang out. I have a chair in the office. They have books. They have toys. They come in, they hang out with me until 3 o'clock, and then I shut my computer down and we go and we do whatever we want for the rest of the day. 3 to 4:30 is just hangout time. I start dinner at 4:30, and then it's just family time after that. We have dinner time and play time and bath time and bedtime and story time, all that. So that's just what works for us. And I know, when you think about it, you're like, that is just a million things. You're going all day. And it's like, well, yeah, most of us are. We just don't know that we're doing it because we're not writing it down. So it's going to look overwhelming when you write everything down hour by hour in a planner or hour by hour on a blank piece of paper. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, there's no way. Where do I rest? And you'll find those places to rest. When the kids are playing between 3 and 4:30, I can sit on the couch or lay on the floor and kind of just hang out with them and play. Let them play. It doesn't have to be you on all the time, but you're there and you're present. So if they do need you, they know what times that you are fully there with them. And then they respect your business time. They respect your personal time. And they come to know what a routine looks like. And what you're doing is you're showing them how to make priorities in their life and how to manage their time properly. So my kids have adapted to all of it. They know after breakfast, we do our chores. And after chores, we do our workout. And after our workout, we go on a walk. And they have it set. I go shower and then they say, okay, Mom, we're ready for our homework. But that didn't happen overnight. Like I said, that is something that has over time been something they've learned. And it's only because I've been consistent with it. And again, if I have to change things up, I do. I used to try to do homework at 8 and then do my workout after. And then I realized it just wasn't working. So I switched it over. And I used to work out early, but then they were waking up and interrupting it and they needed me. So it's going to change. It's never going to be perfect. I change my schedule all the time. He makes fun of me because I'll look at him sometimes, or when he calls, I'm like, okay, so here's the thing. And he's like, let me guess, you're making a new schedule. And I'm like, yep. And it happens, you guys. It's okay that happens. That's part of motherhood. It's part of this crazy lifestyle we're all living together. But don't give up because it's hard. Don't give up. It's just like your workouts or anything else in life. When it gets hard, that's just you being pruned to figure out what is going to work next for you. How are you going to grow through that? And it's really a cool thing when your schedule starts to be something that you feel like you're in control of versus your day feeling like it's controlling you. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. I hope it encouraged you in some way. If you have any questions about any of it, let me know. I'm always here to support you guys and help in any way that I can. So I hope you're having a happy Sunday. I'm going to go enjoy nap time. I don't usually work on Sundays. I plan this out and then I go spend some time just watching TV and hanging out while they nap. But I hope you guys have a great weekend, a great rest of your weekend. I hope you guys get into a great routine this week, something that works for your family. And I am praying for all of you, and I hope you have a great day.